Hey guys, 7th Anni here, bringing you my legend ranking list for May and June 2021, aka the 7th anniversary of One Piece Treasure Cruise JP. With the introduction of the new last tap mechanic, I've added an extra column dedicated for last tap ability in my spreadsheet. Also, taking account of the new toys, Super Switch and VS effects, I've decided to revise all scores of each listed legend in an attempt to present a more accurate picture of their relative standing. What you can expect from this video is, as always, my subjective analysis of the top tier legends based on the value they provide in terms of offense, defense, and utility. And since we are now flooded with 2 to 3 new legends each month, my tier list unfortunately cannot include all the contenders before it becomes too long. I had to trim the list down to around rank 35, which means plenty of powerful legends didn't make to this tier list and are completely absent in this video. It doesn't mean that they are not valuable. In fact, one of my favorite legends, Mihawk and Perona, didn't appear on this list, but I still enjoy using them whenever I'm given the opportunity. Please consider all legends ever listed on my tier list in the past as honorable mentions. Now, let's talk about last tap ability. I'm personally a huge fan of this new mechanic. I know I will get sick of the cut-in animation eventually, but for now I just love it. I don't know, it gives me an extra layer of satisfaction and excitement when I defeat bosses with last tap ability. The very first problem I faced when I started to evaluate Luffy, Kid, and Law is to determine the weight multiplier for last tap ability column. There are some pros and cons with last tap mechanic. The major and most obvious drawback is that last tap ability solely benefits one unit, and it only works on final stage. It doesn't provide any value until the very last moment. We still need to rely on other abilities to reach the final boss stage. On the other hand, one can argue that the ultimate goal of this game is to clear content, and to clear any content, the most crucial and inevitable part is to defeat the final boss, and last tap mechanic is perfect for that. It's a powerful tool that helps us achieve the ultimate goal. In addition, unlike super typing, last tap abilities are also accessible when the unit is used as a sub. After some careful consideration, I've decided to set the multiplier at 2.5. Now, let's go through all the legends that have arrived on JP since my last ranking video. First, V2 Magellan. He is the first legend that has double special limit break, and the first Rainbow Captain with anti-paralysis abilities. With his quirky design, he might not be everyone's favorite captain to use, but I see him more as a strategic unit that could potentially solve complex puzzles in future content. Next up, V3 Blackbeard. The most powerful ability of V3 Blackbeard is his preemptive 10% HP cut that ignores all defense, including normal attack only debuff. Being able to transform any damage reduction effect into attack boost is fun and unique. It's a perfect way to counter enemies' interruption when attack boost is prohibited. However, he will mostly be stuck in the realm of 2 times attack boost multiplier. Also, his special is very underwhelming and only acceptable when he is used as a captain. Next up, Moria. He is mostly recognized as the best sub for V3 Blackbeard, but I want to emphasize that he is such an incredible unit in general. He comes with 2.5 times Aura boost and a very rare 2.25 times Timer Affinity boost. Both boosts are class-based without color limitation. Threshold damage reduction and orb manipulation abilities complete Moria, making him one of the few legends capable of offering offense, defense, and utility value. Next up, Bonnie. Whenever Bandai introduces a new niche ability, it often means that that particular ability will play a major role in future content. Because of that, I believe Bonnie's value is inflation-proof, and her potential will rise over time. Bonnie has 3 niche abilities. First, her super typing removes crew effect silence. Second niche, her special skill removes slot seal. The third niche, her limit break can reduce recovery amount down debuff. It goes without saying that Bonnie is extremely unique, and one of those hard to replace kind of legends. Next up, Fire Tank Pirate. For those who've been following me for a while, you always hear me say that when I evaluate a unit, I look for its overall value in terms of offense, defense, and utility. Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at the ultimate example here. Fire Tank Pirate is incredible in all aspects. Not only do they possess the first Super Orb Lock special skill, but also the first built-in anti-blow away captain ability. Super Orb Lock is amazingly useful. It prevents enemies from messing around our orb set, or applying the same orb lock debuff again. Next up, 7th Anniversary Luffy. Luffy's design is pretty straightforward. Flat 5 times multiplier with 2.75 times attack boost. He has the easiest and most accessible last tab ability out of the 3, basically guaranteed on the final boss stage. Luffy's last tab ability benefits the team the most when he is on chain up boost, which is exactly what his super typing does. 1000 plus base attack boost can be stacked with another 1000 from his special, making him hit like a little V2 Blackbeard. Wa Orb Switch is the cherry on top. Next up, 7th Anniversary Law. I love how Bandai gives Law a special skill that bypasses enemies' immunity. To me, this is the crown jewel of this unit. His last tab ability is really cool, but the criteria is relatively higher than Luffy and Kid. Remaining HP higher than 70% in the endgame content is not as easy as it appears. Especially nowadays, the final 2 to 3 stages, enemies tend to apply recovery amount down debuff. Also, I find it ironic that Bandai makes Law's HP cut not subjective to normal attack only, but then immediately implements a new anti-HP cut protection. Next up, 7th Anniversary Kid. Out of the 3 Anniversary Legends, I probably have the most fun with Kid. His instant special refill with HP sacrifice mechanic is very amusing to me. The ability to switch among attack, orb, or affinity boost makes him incredibly useful and automatically puts him very high on my list. Since many of you asked me if you should level up his last tab ability, I will just answer it here. In my humble opinion, you should only level him up until you have enough dupes or tablets to max him out. Yes, you won't be able to benefit Sugar's chain boost when you have last tab level more than 1. But to me, 4.5 times chain boost is very impressive already. By the time you find 4.5 times chain boost is mediocre, you will already have moved on and used other newer legends anyways. Chances are you will have also pulled an extra copy of Kid to run with Sugar. All 3 last tab legends have their own respective advantages. Outside of Kizuna Kessen, I'm not entirely sure how impactful last tab abilities are in the actual gameplay. I think it's a question that only time can answer. I need more new content and more last tab units to set the baseline for ranking. Just like what I do in this video with VS Effect column. With the arrival of new Shanks vs Whitebeard, I'm then able to modify older VS units' score accordingly and make more accurate comparison. As a result, I decided to give all 3 of them 10 out of 10 on this column at this moment. In time, I will revise and improve it. So please cut me some slack on that for now. Next up, Super Switch Ace and Sabo. This is the rarest occasion where I could actually save time if I talk about what this unit cannot do instead of what they are capable of. Okay, so this unit cannot remove paralysis, and this unit cannot counter special rewind. That's it. Other problem your team faces, they probably already have solution for it. To me, Super Switch is what really makes this unit interesting, at the same time more OP. I hope Bandai brings out more interesting Super Switch abilities and gives all dual units an opportunity, upgrades them to Super Switch in the future. Next up, V2 Marco. Marco is the first unit in the game that can remove Super Orb Lock. He's once again another legend that provides tremendous value in many aspects. It takes a little bit more thought when we try to build Marco teams because of his unique captain utility. But overall, he's just a fantastic unit to have in anyone's arsenal. Last but not the least, Shanks vs Whitebeard. Like many of you guys, when I first read what they could do, I thought they were just boring. To be honest, on paper, they do look very mundane, but after some test runs, I started to appreciate their design, mainly for the following two reasons. Number one, their base attack boost is very rare and provides so much flexibility. Essentially, you can choose to use their special alone to defeat mini-bosses, or combine it with other commonly seen boosts like Chain or Affinity Boost to create a massive damage output in one blow. Number 2, both of them are super tanky, especially VS Whitebeard. His VS effect is out of this world. Once you pop Whitebeard's VS effect, the very next turn you can start to charge it again, unlike other VS units with whom you have to wait for 3 turns. Realistically speaking, every 3 to 5 turns, Whitebeard's VS effect is ready to go again. Even with normal attack only, the constant 90% damage reduction can get his team go really far. Without NAO, Whitebeard is even godly. Only VS Kaido comes close to his level of destruction. Shanks' orb management ability is superb, and his VS effect can potentially save a team spot for removing enemies' defense up debuff. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It takes a lot of time and efforts for me to make this list available, so please smash the like button, share this video, and consider joining my YouTube channel member. I'll see you all within my next video. Bye bye.